Hello, everybody. I hope this is clearer on your end than my end, but yay, old technology. I'm going to pull this a little closer. Welcome to the Chrome Cottage. Just going to be doing welcomings as we come and go, and I'm sitting and going to be sitting and knitting. What are you doing? I got a little bit derailed by the grief train last night, so what I had planned for today isn't quite gonna go that way. But I will hang in here for an hour and knit and answer questions and just a general chat. So yeah, just it is gonna be what it is. So what do I have in my glass? My friend Bubbly is my glass. I felt a little celebratory today. So my friend Buble, and in my Buble, I have. Can you see this? It's Soda Press Company Blueberry and Lime. 50% less sugar than regular soft drinks, but it actually has sugar in it. Clink clink. Certified USDA organic, gluten-free, no stevia, no GMO, and vegan. So it's I can use this because I can't have artificial sweeteners because they just really don't agree with me at all. So that's what's in my glass. Oh, sorry, I'm distracted by his time. There's the other chair that was beside here. Oh, because I've completely rearranged a bunch of stuff in the living room. The couch is still where it is, but I've got some company coming this week's holiday happiness, happy down, coming this week, and it'd be nice if there was not 100 ton of stuff to trip over. Oh my, I am so tired of stubbing toes and that kind of thing, Yeah, because you move stuff and you put it down and then you get depressed and then you can't get at it and then kick it 4 or 5 times and then it's just like, and then that's it. Tidy house, clean up, this is no good. But I've been able to actually, I love this sweater, but it's a little tight around the neck. I've been able to start sorting. I actually found some video games I absolutely don't need. I no longer have the PS3 because I gave that to my brother. So the PS3 SingStar game's just not gonna work. Not gonna work. And it'd be nice to get back into the decorating the house. Hello, Mr. Simon. What are you doing, my sage cat? There's my boy. Snap. We gotta sit on Mom. Let's look at the knitting there. Not that anybody can see me anymore. I gotta click on something. Oh, there he goes. I moved. Bye. So, where'd you go? That was bad. All of a sudden, I put it someplace and the screen dropped down and bye-bye. So yeah, so basically, as I'm sitting here, still want to go forward with the plans where these little paper tag things disappear and this mess disappears and everything looks really good. You can see the cat's new part of the cat's new Christmas present there from myself. I got them a new cat stand, and it's rather floor to ceiling, so that's kind of cool. It's not going to live there. I'm going to try and see if I can get some help and move this off screen down more towards the wall so that I can move that over beside it. And there's a shelving unit. I think I mentioned the living room rearrange in a video from the other day. But yeah, that's my plans. I have one bookshelf. It's not across the living room from me, beside where my tree is, um, where I've have it all kind of tidy. So now I really have some inspiration. It's not exactly the way I'd like it to. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. But it looks good with the video games and picture of Kirk that I did from last year before he passed away, actually, and a few Christmas stuff in it. So yeah, that's kind of cool. If you're looking for Yule stuff, I like the Witch's Cookery and Alwyn Oak. I know I keep tagging the videos in my videos, um, but they're just lively and more or less fun to watch. More than less fun to watch, and uh, they're not always long videos, but yeah, very informative. So I really appreciate that. Um, so yeah, this is just the live me taking it easy, sitting back, relaxing, having something to drink. So hello to the one person who's watching, and we're already 7.5 minutes in, so this is cool. Um, and it's so good, and I do like it because it's got sugar in it. I don't need 100 ton of sugar, but like I said, artificial sweeteners don't agree with me. So I'm making myself a headscarf to wear. Probably get it done in the spring because knitting. It's supposed to be a lighter winter one, and you can see where I got knit here. Not so much. Oh, there we go on the sides. So I'm putting I'm putting some border on it as I go. It's looking a little lavender here. Let's see. There we go. There we go. It's a blue and a white, and what it is I had, well, a couple of years ago, Lion Brand came out with um, Summer Breeze or something like that, and this is the blue one. And I had a project going, and I took it apart, and now I'm making something for me. And then just this is wool-like from Loops and Threads. You get that at Michael's. Right there. They're both ones. Oh, excuse me. Knitting them together on a 10.5 USA, a boy needle, BOYE needle. I like them because they're metal. When you're knitting, plastic ones just have a tendency, they always end up bent. So that's never any good. So yeah, so I just knitting them together. This is, I think, the third attempt to try and figure out something for myself. I hope I have it wide enough. Knitting is very deceptive in that you get it on there, and that itself doesn't look very wide, so you allow for the fact that it's scrunched up, and then you get it off the needles, and it's twice or at least half again as big as what it is, um, which can be annoying if you're winging it and doing freehand stuff, because where you're just creating your own pattern and you're just doing it. Hello, Tamsin. She says, "Hey, what are you going to be knitting?" The knitting is that I'm making a headscarf to help wear around the house sometimes because I got arthritis in the back of my neck, and it looks like I'm getting in my jaw. So sometimes I'll get headaches, and as of the last month or two here, I've discovered that when my neck flares up, it's like having a concussion. So sometimes keeping the back of my neck warm is a good thing. But if I sit over here and knit, it won't be quite as bad as sitting over in front of the window. But I'll be doing making my videos and stuff over by the fish tank across the room. Oh, you guys be good. Um, so um, just just wanted to make myself something nice so that I would be having less problems because when it flares up, I get dizzy and nauseous and yes, me, children, yes, me's the mommy. Uh, Simon and Cleo have issues with each other, and ergo, then there's lots of screaming and sometimes fighting and that kind of thing. Um, so she's going to be annoying. Even though he's not bothering her, she's going to be annoying. Uh, but hey, that's life. So yeah, basically I'm making a big wide scarf um, that I can have that will come up on my head and kind of wrap around so that it hangs down in the front um, a little bit longer than the ones that I have had before. So, and what I've done here, because I don't ever erase any of my lines, so is I do believe it's a 10 count for just regular knit, then it's a knit and purl across, and then a knit, and I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56, 58, 60, 62, 64, 66, 60, apparently 67 stitches on there. I may have miscounted. My apologies for that if I have miscounted. But all you really need to do is it doesn't matter how many stitches on here. If you're going to do this style where it's knit with then with like a stocking stitch across the body and then knit, is make sure that your two sides are even. So 5 on this side, 5 on that side, 10 on this side, 10 on that side, and then the middle piece can be how many ever stitches you want them to be. So um, let's see if I can knit and talk at the same time. Old as me, I've been the wrong sweater for that. Uh, I do miss crochet for that reason, because your hooks are smaller. And I haven't knit for a bit, so I'm going to be really slow. Plus, I'm also counting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, and then going to be doing, I'm on the back half. What you're seeing is the front half, not that it's, as far as I can tell, it's coming up very clear. But I've got the back half facing me, so I'll be purling. And somewhere in there, in my playlist, is called the Knitting Nook, and I actually give some instructions on knitting techniques, and they're not really great videos, but I did do that. And then I did a sort of knit along a little bit, where I this shawl that's back propped up here, I tried to do some tutorial with that. It's a very similar thing. It's come here. It's huge. The purpose of it was to make it big enough that at the time Kirk and I could kind of get under, but I made it square bottom. It's a triangular type. Oops, sorry. A triangular type, but with a square bottom. And I think there's 100 stitches across the bottom, and then you do the increases on the sides as you go up. So there's no increases in the middle. Same thing as with the scarf. It's just knitting. It's just the knit stitch. Oh, on my end, I can't hardly see that, but knit stitch and then stocking stitch here. I love this because it's nice and warm. It's huge and it's nice and warm, and I can wrap it around myself um, and kind of just snuggle all in. This sweater's way too big for me, but I think it's a 3X, so it's huge on me. But I got it at No Frills, and I did not make it. Um, and but I love it sometimes. Other than the neck's a little tight. Um, so, yes, just come and join. Grab your craft projects, sit down, and shoot me questions, and I'll answer them as best I can. I'll try and pay attention to the comments. Yeah, welcome to the holiday live that I'm doing here. I forgot how much easier doing lives kind of was. You just turn on the camera and then you talk to people, and then yay! And I do love putting videos together, and I'm hoping to actually get to that video in the future, which is the one where I show you how I make my videos. So that if anyone's interested in doing simple little videos because they want to do something for YouTube, then they can, whatever it is that they want. Some of my bigger channels that I watch, they've been asked, how do you do a YouTube channel? Well, it's simple. You record something and then post it too. Just this almost exactly the same way that you would do for posting on Facebook or Twitter or Reddit or something. If you're going to put videos up, is you just have to start with some sort of a recorded material first, and then you can build there. And this used to be C is for Crone. Everybody read it as cis for Crone, but it was C is for Crone because I am silly, and C is for cookie. Um, so, anyways, and then it can be about whatever you are interested in. And my suggestion is you make your videos for you, stuff that you would like to watch, and not worry about your followers. How many followers? I think I got 57 on mine. I've been on here for about a year and a half now. I looked yesterday. I think I got like about 230 plus videos in here because I just would record whatever I was thinking about at the time, or I tried to do tutorials and discovered that for me it's awkward and I'm not really good at it. If we were in person, potentially that would work. Maybe lives would work. It's angles. I couldn't get the angles set up. So, like, if you go to some of the other crochet channels on here, when they're able to film straight down, and I wasn't able to do that. So, trying to sit in a position where you can show somebody what you're doing wasn't working. So I quit doing tutorials, which kind of sucked because I had lots of plans for things that I wanted to do. So, and then I decided over the last year, because I had evolved and changed, that what I wanted to do was have that reflected here on YouTube. So that's why everything became the Crone Cottage, because of the fact that I am in my crone stage of my life, menopausal. That's fun. But anyways, and so I was calling the house the Crone Cottage on Creighton Acres. It's just, I like being whimsical and kind of silly, um, so I'm trying to get that to let that be reflected in my life. So, because you can't be sad and angry and poopy all the time. No poopiness all the time. Which is what I try to tell the cats, but no, it must be themselves. My grumpy crone cat, who turned eight, pardon me, in 2021, and all too quickly, she'll be 9, and that's like wow, you know. Uh, Simon turned 6, Morgana and Bastion are 2, and Monkey's about 8 months old. And is being about as big as Morgana, so he's going to be really, really huge. One, I love to craft at Christmas time. Usually I make gifts for people. I'll use up yarn that I have, or I'll go buy some yarn to fill in holes or whatever. I love to make ornaments. They're quick and often very easy to make. I loved making snowflakes, so I might get back into doing that. But for those that don't like working with the crochet thread, yeah, that won't work quite so well, because it is so fine. I guess unless you wanted to make bigger ones and then you can double it up and then use a bigger needle, you might just have to let them dry longer, because I was using blue water to set them. And I found that when you're working with the glue water, Mostly just white, or white with the little plastic stuff going through it, where it's silver or gold um, is the best to use, because once I tried to use like the light blue, and it muddied the color when it's set. And I was just using like the regular old school glue, nothing special, and then you watering it down. Other sort of cool um, things to do with crochet thread is you take a balloon, um, and um, I found it was easier just to wrap the balloon in the crochet thread and then take like a paintbrush or something of the glue water and paint it on until it was like really wet and very just absorbed into the thread. Um, and then I put it in a bowl to dry, and then come back and just kind of shift it. Rather than have where some of the patterns suggest you put your string into the bowl with the stuff and then you pull it out of there and wrap it around your balloon. Um, this is less messy. Um, and if you're going to work with sparkles, with sparkles, then the best thing to do is lay paper down so you can catch it, and helps keep it from going all over the place. So, um, but yeah, just hanging here, doing some knitting, doing what I do best, which is talking. Um, so yeah, snowflakes, crocheted snowflakes have been one of my favorite things to make. Um, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and um, then other like ornaments. I've done paper ornaments where I um, draw out snowflakes or just a circle on a piece of paper. I'm really missing the canvas paper that Walmart was selling, because it was really heavy and it was really great to work with. Cut out a circle, then you punch holes around the outside, and you do your picture in the middle with draw your picture or glue whatever you want on in the middle, and then crochet around the outside and add a piece of ribbon for the hanger. That's really pretty. That can be very, very pretty. Um, but they haven't sold it in years, so I've had a hard time trying to find decent paper that's heavy enough that will just hold its shape, um, and won't, as sometimes as good uh, as I try to be with putting stuff away. Some of this stuff uh, doesn't hold its flat shape. So, and some of the paper hasn't been heavy, so some of the ornaments that I've done have ended up being a little bit, they end up curling like this because they get wet, and paper does, it curls on itself. So, um, that kind of thing. So, um, but yeah, for those of you who were able to join me live, thank you so much for joining me. I'm accepting questions. I'm just knitting a headscarf for myself using 2 number 1 weight yarns and a 10.5 metal needle. Um, I've got some bubbly and a soda company something or other, that blueberry and lime, that I put in my bubbly in my glass. So I've got something a little fuzzy and celebratory for the holiday season, which is great because there's a lot of non-drinkers in this at this time of year, and before vid hit, um, we were, a lot of people partied this time of year. Nothing wrong with that. A good party is always a good thing. But, you know, if you don't drink, what do you drink if you don't want to be just drinking everyday normal pop? And my suggestion is go find yourself a good Trader's Punch. That's usually made with like Sprite, 7 Up, or ginger ale. Um, but this works just as well with the bubbly in it, and so does whatever the heck the blueberry and lime is. And yeah, it tastes really good. I like it. Well, you could use whatever flavor of stuff that you wanted. Juice, and you could put just juice in your sparkling water, or you could hit up your local grocery store. And if you were looking for something a little celebratory to drink with, my No Frills, Walmart doesn't have it, but my No Frills has a couple different sparkling wines. I love the one peach; is really good. And then they have some non-alcoholic, just regular wine, white and red. Um, so they so there's always some way. There's always some way to mocktail your what they call mocktails. Shirley Temple's being the most famous. Um, your way through a party, and as good as some of the whoopie doos that I've had drinking. As I'm getting older, it's kind of nice not to be drunk. You know, you can sit there and remember what you did last night. It is always kind of good, and enjoy yourself and that kind of thing. Um, so along those lines, being that's this time of year, um, food is always important, and sometimes getting yourself a good appetizer book is a good thing for making nice, light, snacky foods for even just for suppers, because it can be very busy this time of year. Not everybody's got um, a lot of free time to sit and make dinners. It's like you're grabbing takeout all the time, um, or whatever's quick from the grocery store. Well, that can be a lot of processed food. But sometimes if you just make a bunch of appetizers when you're making, instead of making supper, that can be a lot of leftovers for the next day. And then they're just in the fridge and everybody can grab and go. It's great for lunches, um, that kind of thing. Just to simplify things. So sometimes it's nice just to have the grab and go instead of chips and pop and uh, candy and things, oh, excuse me, that we might grab as a snack. Um, so that's kind of nice. Um, yeah, because I just have really good memories. I have some really good childhood memories of things like we did at Christmas time. Mom was very adamant that Christmas dinner was huge. Always made extras because of the fact that then no one had to cook for about 4 days after. So we'd end up with like 40-pound turkey, or 30 to 40-pound turkey that by the time you got it all stuffed, filled up, uh, it was very hard for her and I to lift these things. One year we actually had to have my brother help. Um, I think that was the year that my sister burnt the Brussels sprouts and I had to go. make juice in the bathtub because the sink was full of dishes and trying to get dinner right. So I had to use the bathtub tap because the sink taps are not, um, they're not usually out and high up enough to get a juice jug underneath. Um, but that was kind of cool and just and this is just something that my mom did and my grandma when she was still alive and living with us. They just did. They sat and made these monster, massive Christmas dinners. You know, at one point before Grandma died, there was 4 adults and 3 kids at Christmas time. So um, that can be a lot of people to feed. Because us as children really weren't fussy kids when it came to food, so we ate about everything. I had my issues with canned tomatoes and canned mushrooms. Um, Still not a big fan of canned tomatoes, and but I kind of got over the mushroom thing. Um, but our Christmas dinners would consist of turkey and with stuffing. And the difference between stuffing and dressing is stuffing is in the bird, dressing is outside the bird. And if you want a really good dressing, drown it in chicken broth. Just soak it. Because I think what's happening when it's too dry is as people were um, fill it, making it, it would have the moistness it seemed to need it, put it in the oven, and then when you're baking it all the moisture evaporates and then it's dry and crunchy and in the wrong direction and that kind of thing. So um, so yeah. So when I make dressing, I make it exactly like I make it for in the bird, and then I just make sure it is soggy before I put it in the oven, because when you put it in the bird, you get all the juices from the bird going into the bread and stuff, so it stays really nice and moist. Um, and so I made dressing with the same principle. Um, way we cook turkeys, I like to heat my oven up as high as it can go, 500 degrees, and that's really, really hot. Put the turkey, a lot of times I put the turkey in um, before the oven's finished heating so that the bird starts warming up with the oven, and then I will leave it at that temperature for an hour because the whole point is so that you don't poison everybody is to get that middle inside when you fill the bird with stuffing hot so that there's no bacteria, so you don't want bacteria in it. So yeah, start at 500 for an hour and a half, then turn it down to 400, and then for about another hour, and then hour or two, and then on 350 for another hour, and then 300 to finish slowing and browning and that kind of thing until it's, you know, we do the poke thing and the juice runs clear and all that kind of stuff. And the bird, I've actually poached a couple of turkeys doing it that way. um, but they've always turned out really good, and the breast meat then isn't so dried out. And definitely, if you cook it on the upside down with the breast down, then you get all those juices down there. But to get the breast browned, you have to then turn it over. So that can be a little complicated. Um, so with the turkey and the stuffing comes um, the vegetables, which would be mashed potatoes. And in later years, it was roasted garlic mashed potatoes, where you take the garlic and with some olive oil and tin foil, and you roast that in the oven, and then you when that's all done, you put that in the mashed potatoes. Uh, carrots and rutabaga, all boiled and mashed together. Is rather nice. Um, we had Brussels sprout lovers in the family, so always a pot of Brussels sprouts. Um, I had it became a thing because I'm not a big fan of them, but I like a little bit. So it was like about 5 Brussels sprouts, um, smashed and covered with gravy. Always gravy too, as well. And what else did we have? Tons of pickles. There's usually 2 or 3 different kinds of pickles, and because Mom and Grandpa love sweet mixed, that's the one with all the cauliflower and the baby onions in them, the mini onions in them. And then there would be pickled onions and 2 kinds of olives and um, yeah. So yeah, quite the feast. What I'm doing this year is last year is similar to what I did last year. Um, I going to have Yule supper by myself. I think. I think that's what's happening. I'm planning on it. I've got sort of a pork tenderloin and cranberry idea going on in my head. Just a simple dinner, probably with nothing much for leftovers, and not sure what vegetable I'm serving that with. I'm just feeling like I want something lighter and not quite as heavy as the turkey dinner. Um, and I just enjoyed the quiet. I had some movie on or something like that when I had mine, and my glasses sparkling peach wine there. It was really good. And I made myself some dessert, and that was just kind of yeah. It's just taking into consideration that I'm alone, and it's okay to be alone. So on holidays, you just sometimes you have to be creative. I'm thinking, and then I and then as far as Christmas Eve, I'm not sure what I'm doing Christmas Eve. Um, I think I'm looking for something a little quieter than what was originally planned. And then Christmas Day, I think I'll keep it simple too as well. Um, I can have a little bit of cheese, so I might modify a recipe that my ex-husband's mother made for Christmas breakfast and have that for supper. And it's bread with, I think it, yeah, bread with ham covered with sliced cheese, and then you pour egg and milk all over it. Well, to keep my stomach happy, I would do bread and ham and grated cheese with silk unsweetened soy milk. Um, it's the best thing that I've used in some of my stuff for making like Alfredo sauce or something like that, because it doesn't make it, with it not having any sugar in it, it doesn't add sweet too. So actually, I'm just sitting here thinking when I said Alfredo sauce, I got my cat hair or something in my house. And I was thinking about the movie The Holiday, and they have um, they end up having a little Christmas Eve fettuccine. And I was just thinking that, that might be nice on Christmas Eve. Make myself a great big huge thing of some sort of a fettuccine or something like that. And then I have the leftovers for Christmas Day or Christmas night. Um, whoops. We're not doing purl. We're just knitting straight across so we don't have to count. That was the whole purpose of this pattern, was to keep it simple so that it I didn't have to think about it. I could just knit and watch TV or whatever. Because I'm thinking on Christmas Day, what I'd like to do is go to this school across the road, and they've got a bit of a hill, and take the ice fishing sled and go up and down the hill a couple times. I can go sledding. I haven't done that in a few years. A couple years ago, we took Copper. Kirk and I took Copper, our basset hound, to the big hill, and he was really good. He just sat in the sled and with us as we went down the hill. Um, I wish we could have done that more with him. Um, but yeah, no, he enjoyed spending time with us whenever uh, we could. He was silly dog at Christmas time and that kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's really good for me this year just to keep Christmas simple. So I had some plans for some stuff, and I've decided to just work with more or less what I've got, and I'll be sharing that here with pictures and video and stuff as I go along. Um, what I've done and what I'm doing and that kind of thing. So, and if you've joined me after the fact, I want to say this in here. If you've joined me after the fact, or you found this sometime in April and decided to watch it just to see, welcome. And know that here on the Crown Cottage, that we do that. We try to keep things simple, and take complicated out of life. And this is just a tea break time of day. Sit and relax, and if you're a crafter or handicrafter, uh, just sit with your craft project and your cup of tea or whatever, and just relax, slow your day down. That's what it's all about. Life is moving way too fast, so sometimes we just need to sit and knit. Yeah, I think one of the things I'd like to continue to do and maybe do more of is get some more poetry stuff going, some short stories going. Then they're going to be what they are because I just want to write and just sit and do writing, so that kind of thing. Oh, I forgot how relaxing knitting is. And then one day I think I'm gonna do some self-help stuff on here because, especially with Kirk passing, it's been hard. But I wish I could have put into place some of the things that I found afterwards, or just remembered some of the things I knew from before. While he was in the hospital, I did try. Um, the original C is for Crohn rather came out of that. A lot of it was done while he was doing his dialysis. Um, so that, some kept me busy besides Pokemon Go. Um, that was fun. But sometimes I like to share the books I'm reading, if I'm reading. And so, did I do? I don't, not sure what I did there. So we'll just keep on. We'll count it as a happy little accident. And maybe it'll figure itself out later. Either that or I have just worked my pattern and it'll be goofy on one side. Happy Little Accidents is a reference to Bob Ross for those of us that grew up with PBS in the 70s. That kind of thing. So yes, favorite foods for Christmas time besides turkey in general. Um, Christmas dinner was sugar cookies, shortbread, pound cake, Christmas cake, fruit cake, gingerbread. Um, I'd make brownies. One year we made tri-level brownies, and that had like brown uh, oatmeal and brown sugar type thing on the bottom, the brownie, and then white chocolate kind of topping on it. Really good, very sweet. I like making banana bars. I talked about some of this in one of the two videos I put together yesterday. Because today is Monday, December 13th. So yeah, uh, rapidly coming to the end of it of 2021. Um, uh, no resolutions for the new year, except to be kinder to myself. Hence why I did the live and stopped and did the live because I just needed a break from filming. Depending on what's happening tomorrow, I might just make another little tiny little poetry video type thing. And leave it at that. Keep it nice and short and simple. So everybody has time to watch other channels. Because, yeah, it can take 3 hours to do a video. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And one more. 10. I might be taking a break or two in here because of my company. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Because it's nice when you have company to spend time with them and not be working all the time. That's been one of the interesting things, and part of the reason why I lost like basically 4 days of doing video is because I'm not used to doing videos every single day. I wasn't even in the beginning used to doing videos every single day. So yeah, I think I need to, in the being kinder to myself that I'm practicing, just take that step back and do the shorter videos so that I can enjoy my ambiance and do um, do my crafts and just chill and relax. I deserve that. The last 2 years have been rather rough, so yeah, I can I will say 3 years is my roughness really started in 2018. 2018, 2000, 2019, pardon me, 1920, 1920, 21. Hello, Mr. Simon. How is my sage cat? Hi, baby. Hello, babies. What you doing? What you doing? That's silence. Yeah, little babies. Some mommy time? You need some mommy time? Let me move my sweater. No fuss. And that's a good boy. Get your bum down. No, lay down. Thumbs to shipper. There we go. Face towards the camera, not the bum. Yeah, I love you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my favorite childhood memories was I must have been like 7, 8, something like that. I don't remember, so long ago. I just remember that I woke up and Mom was in the living room. She was listening to her Christmas carols. She had like one lamp on in the living room, and the Christmas tree was lit, and she had all her candles going, um, including the bayberry one. Um, and hi. And she was decorating the tree, doing some decorating because I remember um, there being garland on the floor. And when I was a kid, the tree was mum thing. Was mum things. We were allowed to put a few decorations on it, but mum was in so many ways, very elegant, and so the tree had to reflect that with its ornamentation. And so I remember while she was taking a break, I think she was also wrapping presents or something. Um, from my grandfather or something like that. But she'd taken a break, and I'd come out, and I remember sitting with her for a while. I took this electric blue garland and I wrapped it around my neck like a feather boa because she said I could play with it as long as I was careful. Um, and that's just for me. I hang on to that memory because that's such a good memory of my mom. You know, she was like that at Christmas time. You know, candles, always the bayberry candle, and the fancy decorations, and always new ones every year. Uh, when we were older, she started buying us ornaments, and if I can find it, one year she finally parted with uh, the glass pine cones that she had. I'm now 50 and a half today. But she had them before my older brother was born. So those ornaments, the last remaining surviving of the four, if it hasn't uh, collapsed, that turned to dust, shattered in a box, because the last couple of years have not been carefully putting away Christmas. It's just been get it down and get it in the basement. Um, I'm not even sure I had it out last year. Um, I have the last remaining one, and I will share it on here, even if I do it later in the month, because I want to go and sort through all of it. It's like I said, it hasn't been packed properly in that, so just fill boxes, get it to the basement, um, that kind of thing. Um, and because it's really cool. But yeah, she would buy us all sorts of really cool Christmas decorations. At least one. Some of them were from the dollar store, and some of them were more expensive. But yeah, it's really kind of nice. And that's where my love of Christmas comes from, and where um, it's and how it's easier for me to be happy this time of year, despite grieving, or maybe to spite grieving. You know, is because I do love all this ambiance. This opportunity in winter where you're inside, you get to have snuggles with my kiddos. Yes, fur, 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 fur. I love you. Yes, you do. I do love you. And because mom had such a great love of ambiance, and my grandfather really loved Christmas, um, it just makes it so much easier now that I'm grieving Kirk. This is my second Christmas without him. That I'm grieving Kirk. To keep him with me, and by looking at the ornaments that he liked, I can remember the happiness. I can remember when he smiled because he liked that ornament. You know, uh, his, even though he really missed his mom, I could feel that sense of, what am I trying to say? That sense of yay that he had for the history of the Christmas tree that we have, that I still have. And his need to put that up to that connection to the past. I think that's sometimes, pardon me, the reason why it's good to have traditions at this time of year, and to create them with your family. Because just that simple plastic ornament from the dollar store, yeah, my mom gave that to me in whatever year, and we hung it on tree. Or I remember this really expensive the ornament hanging on my grandmother's tree, and not sit in the sadness because it's like sad that they're gone, but remember how it made you feel when you got it, type thing. So, oh, we're at an hour and one. So as Simon leaves, we'll have one last drink and some cheers to wrap this up, with that kind of thing. So, thanks to all my subscribers. You're amazing. I appreciate you. And thank you for being there. And I hope the community can build, your Crone community can build, over the next year. And maybe we can get it up to 100 subscribers by June. That would be nice. I'm trying to stay happy so I can build some, really do some really cool things. I like to make little mini movies, so I'm trying, to hold that this will be kind of cool. And I think I will definitely do more lives, because I think it's just easier. I think come and sit and knit with me. I'm thinking, or crochet, whatever it is that you happen to be doing. So, anyways, yes, I appreciate you all. I appreciate anyone who ever stops for like even a minute to check this out. But yeah, let's see if we can build the community in 2022, to that 100. That is the goal, for my birthday in June. See if we can get 100 subscribers, or as close as we can get. But 100 subscribers would be nice. So, I haven't forgot about the surprise. The surprise bag. And I'm getting sad. I think I mentioned that in the last video, because it's really getting kind of empty. Excuse me. So I might have to take like $20 or something and go and give the bag to a friend and say, "Here's $20. Go get a bunch of little things so that I can have a surprise in the bag," because I think that's kind of cool. So we'll just start out like little one. We'll do little boo package. And thank you again. And every episode I'm going to say that is thank you, Haley from Mystic Moon Blessings, for doing this. She's got a Facebook page of the same name. Hello, Simon. He's half looking at me with his little eyes. I'm napping, but you're doing something interesting. Oh, speaking of moons, it's a moon. It's a moon shape. And that's why I don't edit, because then you would miss out on all the faces I make and the noises and stuff. So the little piece of paper inside the baggie says rose quartz, which is what I thought it was, uh, which is good uh, when to help with emotional balance. I do believe is one of the things. It's a very pale rose quartz, but it's a moon. I got a moon shape. That's very, very nice. I like that. I really do like that. And as my altar is right behind me, that will go on my altar. And then we'll take this paper and there you go, Simon. Yeah, that's the other thing that I need to do is go through all my crystals and stones and see if um, see which ones I still need and which ones I don't, and then either put them the ones I don't put them away and um, or give them away, one or the other. Um, I think next year is going to find me being more settled and going and through stuff. Going and through stuff, get on that sort of train that leads to calm. This grief is going to take a while to work itself through, and so that's a patient thing. Um, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop living my life. I've been trying to do that since he died, was to keep going forward, no matter how painful. Chin up, be grateful that the kids are here. Whoops, there goes the mouse. Because they keep me motivated and grounded. Um, some days it's harder than others, and I just fall down splat. But as I love this season, I'm using it to help boost my mood. No, get a natural high, you know. So, well, let's do. I haven't done one of these for a bit, but okay. So, five gratefuls. Five gratefuls. The Fantastic Five. Good friends. Awesome subscribers. YouTube that I'm grateful for, and the holiday season. Okay, five happies. Let's make them different. Snow falling. Christmas carols. My favorite song is a Christmas carol. Happy childhood holiday memories. Uh, good holiday food and good holiday company. Okay, so that was five gratefuls, five happies, and what am I proud of? I'm proud that I get up every day, that I try. Most days I absolutely try. And if it doesn't work, then I'm proud of myself for being kind, because sometimes I just need to go back to bed. The day has to just get away from me and live in there's always tomorrow. I'm proud of myself that I'm working on my YouTube because I love doing that. And I love spending time here. I'm proud of myself that I'm really wanting to get, and I'm working on focusing on getting back into my art and my writing. And I'm also proud of myself that I'm making efforts to accept new love into my life. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Count your blessings, because there's always something to be grateful for and happy about and proud of. Peace, love, and happiness, everybody. I hope that along the way you're finding some holiday happiness and comfort, um, so that as not everything is dull and gray, and you can enjoy yourself. And until next time, remember to please like and subscribe, and let's build this community that we've got going with positive energy and friendship. Bye for now.